So I want to talk about two things. Fear needs your ammunition. Fear needs your power. Fear needs your validation. So what that means is that it doesn't become alive unless you give power to it, right? But I want to take the pressure off of that. I want to say that first, to be aware of that truth is everything. And I also want to understand and bring about the humanity of it, meaning I want you to know that it's okay to be afraid. That even the most awakened uh, the person walking around this earth has moments of fear, has moments of being afraid, and that it's okay, that we're human and we have emotions. I think that sometimes the perfection when it comes to perfectionism, that's also rooted in fear. Like, what if I do it wrong? Or what if I say this the wrong way? Or oh, I'm afraid again. Oh, I didn't learn. Or no, it's simply about being aware. And the love of God is just it's so grand and it's so big, it's so gracious, it holds no judgment. It will always reveal or the opportunity of experiencing what God wants to reveal in you will always come in rotation. And in that rotation, it is the opportunity for you to say, oh my God, what is the lesson that is learned? What is God trying to show you in that? It's okay to have moments of feeling that you want to give up. It's okay to have moments where you're kind of like all over the place emotionally. It doesn't mean that you're not blessed. It doesn't mean that you haven't arrived, right? There's no such thing as arrival. It is simply about being aware, giving yourself grace, being kind to yourself. And then what you learned through your trials, what you learned in your experiences was to bring forth the truth of who you are, which is God's truth in you. And so we can rest on, even when we are afraid, when at moments when we feel consumed, you can rest in God's strength. I'm reminded of a verse that I actually listened to yesterday at a sermon when he talked about um, that God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. So even when you're weak, even when you know all the scriptures, even when you know how fear works, there is a level and a balance of understanding that that vulnerability of feeling afraid is okay. Because sometimes you probably need to just sit with that feeling to allow your trust in God to expand within you. Because God isn't intimidated by your fears. God isn't intimidated by that. And maybe it could be an opportunity for you to rest in the power and the strength of God. God knows more than we do. And so sometimes we can play God's role by not allowing ourselves to surrender to what is.